I used to love going to my local cinema, but I was so upset when I learned it was closing down. Just a few days before the closing date, I was so happy to learn that because of such high numbers of people going to the cinema, it decided to stay open. I was a very loyal customer, so one day I received a scroll like the Roman times, and written on it was, "We are happy to announce to you that you, being a loyal customer, we invite you to a showing of a very special movie. Please note that you are only permitted and no other person. Enjoy the movie." I was so excited. A few weeks ago I thought the cinema was closing. Now it's thriving and there's queues out the door. On top of that, I just got an invitation to a really cool movie. I didn't know what it was a secret until it showed, but I felt really appreciated being given the invitation. The movie was on Halloween night. I had planned to go to a party, but I no way could pass up on this offer. I arrived at the cinema at 7:30 on Halloween night, expecting a huge queue as always. But I was very surprised when there was no one in the queue, just one security man on the door who asked to see my invitation, and a girl inside at the box office. She smiled at me and said, "Good evening, sir. May I see your invitation?" I showed her the scroll, and she gestured with her hand towards screen 1 and said, "Screen 1, sir, enjoy the movie." I thanked her and excitedly went into the cinema. I looked around and to my astonishment, there was no one else in the cinema, just empty seats. The last few weeks, there wasn't an empty seat in the place. I wondered should I go out to buy some popcorn, but just relaxed in my seat first. The door opened and another person came in. I don't know why, but I felt strange being in the cinema alone with this guy. There was some kind of strange negative energy of him. He walked up to the front seat of the cinema. I was down the back. The lights went off and a message appeared on the screen. It read, "We have invited you to this very special movie to show our appreciation for your help in helping this cinema thrive." All of a sudden, the guy ran up to me and I got such a fright, but it was just me being paranoid as he was just putting something in the bin behind me. Then he walked back to the front and sat down again. The title of the movie appeared on the screen. It read Locked In. I've never heard of this movie before and wondered what was it about. Suddenly the guy got up again and ran back, but luckily he passed me. I was relieved, until I realised he was standing by the door. I wondered what was he doing. Maybe he just didn't want to miss the start of the movie and was going to buy some popcorn. But then fear rose up inside me and my heart pounded in my chest. I could hear the thumping in my ears. He put a lock on the door, locking it. I thought of the name of the movie, Locked In. I didn't know what else to say but ask him what was going on. He looked at me with an evil, sinister stare. "Relax. You are one of the main reasons this cinema is thriving now." I didn't understand until the movie started playing. It was the owner of the cinema on the screen. It was all beginning to get scarier and scarier. He started to speak. "Welcome to the cinema, my good friend. Just a few short weeks ago, we were to close down because we weren't getting enough business. As you can see, the last few weeks we are thriving, and that is down to one thing. I practice black magic, you see. I had an amazing chance at saving this cinema, so I welcomed it with open arms. I made a pact with the devil. All he asked was one sacrifice of a very, very loyal customer every Halloween, and as long as I do this, well then, this cinema will have a roaring trade. I couldn't believe what I was seeing and hearing. The man behind me got out a huge knife and shouted, "Hail Satan!" I ran down to the fire exit, hoping it would be open, and thankfully it was. I ran straight to the police station and told them everything, but they didn't believe me, and I worry what will happen next Halloween. I haven't and wouldn't darken the door of that cinema ever again.